usher today? Donna, would you mind getting a visitor card out of that cabinet? And we have a guest today. And I didn't catch your name.
It's Vita. It's like Vita with a V. Like
okay, Vita. Well, welcome to Unity of Huntsville. And there's David. We're on Unity time this morning. Vita, we have an e-newsletter that we put out once a month, and if you'd like to get that, there's a place on that card to check. I don't think there's anything in that. I was wrong. All right, beautiful. So there's a card in there. It says visitor's card. You would fill that out. We do some mailings every once in a while. We don't ever share your information with anybody outside of this ministry, so you're safe. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Huntsville. It's so good to be here this morning, and it's so good to see each and every one of you. Today is the first Sunday of Lent. And Lent is a season of realizing those parts of us that are inside, that we've educated ourselves with, but they're blocking us from being the fullest potential human being that we can be, from realizing our true self and from living in a place of self-awareness. And so Lent is a season to remind ourselves that we can let go of that as we move through the 40 days that lead up to Easter, which is the birth of the Christ consciousness within us. And speaking of that, I'd like to bring your attention to the Christ candle. We light the Christ candle every Sunday before the service starts as a symbol of the Christ consciousness that's in each and every one of us, and it never goes away, even if we forget that it's there. It is always lit within us. Our challenge is to remember the truth of who we are, and to see that same truth that is in us, in everyone we meet as we move through life. I would invite you now to stand and sing with me our welcoming song, My Soul is Welcome Here, by Daniel Nahman. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. while you're still standing, I invite you to greet your neighbor as I sing Weave. Hands of fellowship.
My name's
Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. And now you can keep your seats as we sing our congregational song, Inside to Find My God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my It's so good to be here this morning and to see all of y'all in this place gathered together to have an experience of truth, an experience of opening ourselves to Spirit, the teacher within us. I invite you to join me as we affirm our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. And now I'd like to read for you the Daily Word. The Daily Word is a publication of Unity World Headquarters. The word of the day today is awake. And the affirmation is, I am awake and fully present to life. And the message is, Awakening from sleep, I pause for a moment to feel the energy of a new day. Birds outside my window sing a greeting. My still closed eyelids sense the morning light. Letting go of the delicious relaxation of sleep, I stretch my limbs, open my eyes, and rise from my bed. Awake, fully present to mind, body, and soul, to each activity of this day, and to each person I meet, I feel truly connected. I engage fully with my daily work, study, prayer, and recreation. I notice details in my surroundings and see the expressions of love and kindness I may have overlooked. Each moment becomes more vivid and meaningful. Nothing feels ordinary when I am awake. My life is a journey of discovery and appreciation. And the scripture is from the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 13 and verse 37. And what I say to you, I say to all, keep awake. The affirmation of the day today is, I am awake and fully present to life. And the word of the day is awake. Let us go in prayer together, affirming our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. And now, if you would, let us go together deeper into prayer. Checking in with your body, I invite you to notice your feet on the floor, your seat firmly planted in the pew or your chair. And then just take a deep breath, breathing in and relaxing. Another deep breath in, fully filling your lungs gently, and releasing, relaxing into this moment. We open ourselves to Spirit. Again, checking in with our body, this time noticing our facial muscles around the eyes and the forehead. If there's any tension, just release that tension now. Across your cheekbones, your head and your neck, just checking in and noticing if there's any tension that you might be holding, and allowing those muscles to relax. This is not a doing, this is actually a not doing. Just simply being. Allowing your shoulders to drop as those muscles relax, and feeling Spirit move through your arms, relaxing your fingertips and feeling that life energy moving through your body and out through your fingertips, back to your shoulders, and bringing your awareness down the trunk of your body, following your spine. Perhaps your posture is a little more upright as you feel your body relaxing, feeling your legs relax as this life energy begins to move downwards through your body, through your legs, all the way to your feet, and out the tippy tips of your toes, allowing this breath of life to move through you. Life energy. It comes from God, and it moves through us now and in every now moment. This life energy. It touches each cell of your body with its rejuvenating power, sweeping away any obstacles to your perfect wholeness. We are spirit. We are perfect, whole. We are harmonious in the flow of life. As this life energy moves through you, you make room for more life energy to enter your body from God. And that life energy is shared through you with the entire universe. Feel it now moving through you and touching those who are close to you in physical distance, close to you in emotional attachment. Feeling this life energy, this abundantly supplied, never-ending life energy, reaching outward into the community, touching those you have never met before, without exception, touching each person in this world. This life energy is so vast, limitless, as it flows through us, this holy breath. We open ourselves to Spirit, the teacher within us, so that we activate our divine understanding and wisdom and will, so that we may bring in this experience of the service we share together and take from it what we need to put to use on our unique spiritual path, so that we move forward on that path, one step at a time. Let us continue to go deeper within, allowing our awareness to move within, noticing our thoughts. Yes, even as we become more quiet, our thoughts and emotions are still there. We may experience them without giving our attention to them. Just being, only seeing what is within us as we go deeper, closer to the sacred place within us, where we know the presence of God. This place that is available to us in this moment and in every now moment of our life. This place, this silent, still place, right here in the silence. prophet Elijah, fearing for his life, ran up the mountain and hid himself in a cave. He desperately needed to know what his next step was on his path. He asked God for help, and he listened. A fire swept across the land, and in the roar of the flames he listened, but he did not hear the voice of God. A storm came. The rains and the thunder and the lightning, it quenched the fire, and he listened as the thunder rumbled across the land. But he did not hear the guidance that he needed from God. From his cave, he could feel the earth begin to shake. This great shaking, this huge noise of the earth trembling beneath his feet. And in this trembling and in this great noise, he listened. But he did not hear the voice of God. And all became quiet. There was a stillness. There was a silence. And out of the silence, Elijah heard a still, small voice. And in this voice, speaking to him without words, he knew what he needed to know. He received the guidance from God. We ask this morning for guidance from God. Spirit, what is mine to do? What is my next step on my spiritual path? I only need my next move. Patiently I wait, knowing that this guidance is mine in your time and not in my time. And as we come out of the silence, we open ourselves to that guidance, listening for that still small voice. In gratitude, grateful that this guidance is always available to us in the silent place that is within us now and in every now moment. Grateful that we are never alone. Grateful for the unconditional love of God. Grateful that there's nothing that we could ever have done and that we ever will do that will cause God not to love us. Grateful for this love, this big love with a capital L. Grateful for this moment, this experience that we share as we gather together. Grateful for this day. Grateful for this life energy that is flowing through us now and in every now moment. It is in this gratitude that we say thank you. And so it is. Amen. The title of the message today is Awake and Fully Present. Some of you may know that Mardi Gras ended Tuesday because Wednesday was the first day of Lent. Lent is the 40 days that precedes our celebration of Easter. Lent is a time of remembering what Jesus gave so that his example may be a way of us seeing our own path. What we are willing to give. What we're willing to give up. It's common in Lent to give up something like chocolate or ketchup or meat. But what we're really talking about here, what I believe Jesus was describing in his ministry, is inside of us. What are we to give up? That's in our consciousness that is keeping us from realizing in every moment of our life the potential that is in each and every one of us. The image of God that we are created in, our Christ nature. When we're born, we are essence, pure. And immediately, maybe even before birth, they say now, our education begins. And we begin to cover up this essence with stuff. It's valuable stuff. Some of it very valuable. It allows us to live in this world. I mean, where would we be if we didn't know how to dress ourselves, if we didn't know that it was proper to put on clothes before we went outside? And when we're little, we don't care. We'll fling off that diaper and we'll have at it. But we learn. That's just not acceptable behavior. But we didn't know that. Our essence didn't know that. So we bring on this education. Some of that education, though, comes from experiences that we have that aren't necessarily so helpful. In the moment, we have a reaction to something that's painful. And so we make a rule for ourselves. And every time now that something happens that was similar to that painful event, we respond in a certain way. And it becomes so much a part of us that we don't even think about it anymore. We don't even realize, oh, there I go again into that repeated pattern. These are the things to let go of in Lent. It's not that we want to forget how to drive a car or ride a bicycle, but we want to forget, we want to take away the power of these unconscious error thought patterns that bring us to a state of body constriction, where we're shut down, where that life energy can't flow through us. We want to be open. Open to that life flow. Every time we move ourselves back into that error thought pattern, we are shutting down that life energy. It can't touch every cell of our body because of this constriction. And so, one of the easiest ways we have of knowing when we need to wake up and be fully present is to check in with our body. And that's how we start our prayer, checking in with our body. Our body awareness is one of the important things that we are given so that we can move forward on our spiritual path. So awake and fully present. Jesus tells us about it. I want to read for you from the Gospel according to Mark. and in chapter 14. This is after the Last Supper. The Last Supper where Jesus breaks the bread and all of the disciples share in this last meal before he ends up going to the cross. And he already knows what's coming. So I'm going to read from the Gospel according to Mark chapter 14 and starting at verse 32 from the George Lambsa translation from the Aramaic language that Jesus spoke. And they came to a place which is called Gethsemane. And he said to his disciples, "Sit down here while I pray." And he took with him Peter and James and John, and he began to be sorrowful and depressed. And he said to them, "My soul is sorrowful even to death. Wait for me and keep awake. Wait for me and keep awake." And he went aside a little and fell on the ground and prayed that if it were possible, the hour might pass away from him. And he said, "Abba, Daddy, Ave, O Father, my Father, thou canst do everything. You can do everything. Make this cup pass from me, but not according to my will, but thine. Not according to my own nafsha sense of separate self. I don't want to go through this suffering, but if it is your will, then I am willing." Paraphrase a little bit. And after this prayer, in verse 37, and he came and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, "Simon, are you sleeping? Could you not keep awake even for 1 hour?" I think that's in there for a couple of reasons. One of them on the surface might just be to show us the humanity, not only of the disciples and their falling asleep, but the humanity of Jesus himself. That he really didn't want to go through this experience of being beaten. And if you've ever seen the movie The Passion of Christ, you know how bad that must have felt. But he said, "Not my will, not my sense of separate self will, not my ego will, not what I want, but what is mine to do." And so he gave himself up. And we celebrate that every Easter. And this 40 days of Lent leads towards that remembering, that example that Jesus taught with his life. Not my will. Not this, what my ego wants to do. Not this self-triggering thing, this error thought pattern, not this sense of identity with things. You know, television teaches us exactly the opposite of that. If you watch advertising, you know, there's this product, and if you buy it, then you'll be happy. And then there's this other product that if you buy it, it will make you beautiful. But you know, we're all beautiful. And there's a joy inside of us, always. And we don't need anything out there. But they don't want us to know that because they want our dollars. So, wake up and be fully present. It's that presence when we're awake, when we remember the truth of who we are, that allows that joy to be part of our life. Our body is not constricted. That life energy is flowing through us. It's helping each and every part of our body to realize its own perfection, its inherent perfection. When we're open, awake, and fully present. We're going to get a chance to talk about that. You may have been wondering why some of the pews are set up in a rectangular configuration over here on this side. After the service, we gather together in a circle of light where we meet as equals, each and every one of us, to discuss the message and the topic of the message and share our unique perspective. We might ask questions. We might just remind us of something that I forgot to say that was very important to this message today. So I want to allow us time for that. And so I'm going to sing a song for you. This is a song that I wrote when I was in seminary. Actually, my first seminary. And it's called The Awakened Heart. And it goes through what James Francis Twyman describes as the stages of enlightenment. They begin with an illumined mind. An illumined mind is when we know we've learned from, you might say, book learning, what the truth is. You know, we get some guidance, so we can start thinking about these ideas so that we may move to the next stage, which is our awakened heart. When we move from our head to our heart. And we can think now without words. And remember that still small voice that spoke to Elijah without words, and he just knew. His awakened heart was active in that moment. And finally, the third stage is the realized soul. It's when we are awake and fully present in the moment. And it continues from moment to moment. We can all have experiences of this. And as we move along our spiritual path, we begin to have that experience more and more in our life, and feeling more joy, more peace, more serenity as we move through the challenges of day to day. I'm reminded of a lake. On the surface, the wind's blowing, leaves fall into the lake, and you see turbulence. There's little waves going all across the lake. That's like what's going on around us, all these surface disturbances that might disturb our thoughts, so that our thoughts are moving all around. But deep down in the lake, deep inside of us, there is this silence, this still place that cannot be disturbed by what's going on the surface of the lake. As I sing this song, my invitation to you is to use it as a prayer. Not so much praying the words, but allowing the vibration of the music to help make that personal connection with God, with Spirit, moving from your head into your heart.
You are the awakened heart. I
And now, let's celebrate our abundance together. Jerry, would you come forward to help me collect the offering? Thank you very much. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. If you're joining us online and you'd like to give, please go to unityofhuntsville.org. Thank you very much. Let us bless this offering together as we affirm. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Lovingly I give, and lovingly I receive. We have been blessed with some really fun and transformative events here at Unity of Huntsville. Today is a special day because once a month we have a potluck dinner and we get together and we eat upstairs. And then after we eat, we share in A Course in Miracles, because on the second Sunday and the fourth Sunday we get A Course in Miracles presented to us by Lindsay. Lindsay was trained by none other than Marianne Williamson. My mind went completely blank. She finally kicked her in the tail and said, you got to get out there and you got to teach this stuff. If you want to keep being fed by me, you got to start feeding other folks. And she does a fine job of it too, let me tell you. It's really a good and positive time. We don't just read the book. In fact, we don't read the book. We hear a summary of what's going on in the chapter by Lindsay, and then we can ask questions. So I encourage you. And the beauty is you don't have to have started at the first day, and you can always get something out of the lecture, because A Course in Miracles just works like that. I'll say I started reading it finally in that fourth chapter, and it just goes so deep, so fast. I gotta go back and I gotta read it again because it goes so deep, so fast. On the first and third Sundays, we have another event. We call it our life support circle. We get together in the same circle here or sometimes upstairs at 12:30, and it's just a safe space to share. I don't even take part. It's led by the congregation members themselves. Debbie Priest and Donna Stone Reed and Valerie have all agreed to facilitate, so they kind of take turns. I don't think it's in a formal arrangement. It's just whoever is here, and it's just a safe space to share. I would like to point out we've got Easter coming up in April. We will be doing a Good Friday service and then an Easter Sunday service. But before that, we have what's called our annual members meeting. I believe it's going to be April the 6th. It is in the newsletter if I got the date wrong. And it'll be after service on that Sunday. If you're joining us online, we hope that you come through those doors here soon, and that you can join us in the circle of light, because we don't do that online. That's a personal thing, and you have to be here to be a part of that. But we are appreciative that you're joining us online, and we hope that you're able to share this experience with everyone you meet by seeing the Christ that's in you in everyone you meet. You'll be amazed if you try it out at how it changes the energy in the room. So thank you for joining us online, and we'll see you